The latest now on the war in Ukraine. President Zelenskyy has delivered a defiant message vowing that his country will soon celebrate a new victory day over Russia as Ukraine's forces make some gains. Senior foreign correspondent Ian Pannell is on the scene. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, George. More heavy Russian airstrikes overnight as Moscow tries repeatedly to try and punch through Ukrainian defences, but they're still struggling to make a significant headway. Meanwhile, I think the US signalling its intent to double down on its support for Ukraine to defeat Russia.
Overnight, Russian missiles striking several targets in the key Black Sea port city of Odessa. The city coming under increased attacks as Russia appears to try to cut Ukraine off from the sea, critical for wheat exports. Now, in Donbass in the east, scene of some of the heaviest fighting, US officials calling Putin's progress there incremental, but warning the situation on the ground is still dynamic.
There are literally towns and villages that are changing hands, sometimes in the course of a day or so.
But here in Kharkiv in the northeast, Russia's invasion seems to be going backwards. Ukrainian soldiers recapturing several more villages in the region in the past week. Now, President Biden signing a new law that makes it easier for the United States to export more military equipment to Ukraine.
The cost of the fight is not cheap, but caving to aggression is even more costly. That's why we're staying in this.
In Russia, thousands gathered for a World War II victory commemoration and are rallying around the war in Ukraine. Now a senior US official saying there's anecdotal evidence that some Russian officers on the ground have either refused to obey orders or are not obeying them with the same measure of alacrity that you'd expect an officer to obey. President Zelenskyy confident in success, saying very soon there'll be 2 victory days in Ukraine, one for World War II and one for the current conflict.
Hello, Yuri.
Yuri agrees with that. He's a 98-year-old highly decorated World War II veteran who fought the Nazis alongside Russian soldiers. He says, I can't even find words for why Russia's doing this. Yuri calls it nonsense. Such a tragedy.
Well, we've heard that sentiment repeatedly, especially from Ukraine's greatest generation, the men and women who fought in the Second World War, often alongside the Russians, to defeat the Nazis. They're perplexed, they're angry that a nation that they thought was a fraternal ally has now turned its guns on them. But there's no softening in the mood here. In fact, Michael, I think quite the opposite. The Ukrainians increasingly confident that not only can they hold the Russians back, that perhaps they can defeat them all together. Michael?
All right, Ian Pannell, thank you so much for that report.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.